everybody, and welcome back to another edition of 30 Days of Halloween with me. Apologies for not doing a video yesterday. Was feeling a little burnt out and I wasn't feeling the greatest. And let's get this adjusted here. And like I had previously stated, today we'd be talking about my tarot collection. I've been collecting tarot for a while now, and like I previously stated, I used to read in a public setting or for private clients. So I'll just take you through my collection in its current state. I think I'm missing one deck of cards and I don't know where that's at. So we'll start off with some what I started out with, my original deck. So the very first set I got, check out this lovely tarot box. I can't remember if I got this at the Wicca shop in Toronto, or there was another New Age shop in Brampton shortly before I moved here. But yeah, it's lined with purple velvet. And the very first deck I got was the Marseille deck, and the drawings may look, the illustrations may look very familiar. This seems to be the classic look. So I haven't used these in like a million years, but that's okay. I tend to prefer oracle decks more than anything. Although the new deck I've got coming to me, the Nightmare Before Christmas, that may change the game. So anyways, so that's one of my original decks. Another one of my original decks were Gypsy Witch cards. And I lost the box for it and the accompanying notes for it. And they're just like little playing cards with different visuals. Used to use these all the time too. And one of my other original decks was the Oracle of the Triad. Found it, this is my second copy of this. This particular deck is now discontinued. I lost my original deck in a move in between cities. And then when I moved here back in 97, it took me about 2 years to find a brand new copy. And at that point, it was already discontinued. And I originally bought it in a New Age shop and bookstore in Port Credit, Mississauga, like right on the waterfront. One of my favorite places. I used to love hanging out back in the day before everything got so built up and populous. And this is the one I would use literally all the time. Let me get the notebook out of there. And it is an oracle. And the back covers look like that. I wanted to get that symbol tattooed on me because this was the deck next to the Gypsy Witch cards that I would primarily do readings with. So that's what that looks like. I'll go through and show you some other lovely illustrations here. And this is a 57 card deck. It's really gorgeous, very easy if you want to work with it intuitively, which is how I mostly do my readings anyways. So I kind of get a feel for what it is, go look up the meaning, and just see if I can match up the vibe to go along with that. And that's it for original decks. When COVID kind of hit, actually before that, I was starting to mess around with it. I even created a new Instagram account called the Drawing Room Charlatan, and I will probably drop it here somewhere so you can follow me. I'm working on developing a spread that authors can use to help plot out their story, character development, that sort of thing. I had originally come up with one, but it was a little too complex to even explain in Instagram, so it would have required some sort of PDF guide, which I guess I'll eventually do. I'm just trying to simplify it even more instead of making it so massive, because that's basically, I have a very small room and I did the spread on my floor initially and it took up a good chunk of the space. So, and I mean, let's face it, our desks sometimes with even the computers on it and our coffees and everything, there isn't a whole lot of room. So, yeah. By the way, forgive the lighting. It's, I have to have the curtain up because it's disastrous back there. This room is, I work out of all day long, and it caters to my crafting studio too, and everything's all over the place. And the sun, if it hits over here, it'll be such a huge glare and I can't see. Moving on to more recently, what I'm really enjoying using is Menology Cards. These are lovely and fabulous, and I really like them. Came across these watching other tarot users and their YouTube channels, and that's usually how I found all the rest of these decks. I'll also include a bunch of shops that I've bought my cards from Amazon to Dragon Moon Books.ca, I think. I'd have to go look up the websites again. But usually any shop that carries cards, I usually spend an awful lot of time in. So these are cards related to the moon phase. So you got first quarter moon, your commitment is being tested. Or the south node, don't let your past hold you back. Just to give you an idea what these look like. They're really lovely. Super lightweight. And on to talking about the moon and its phases and everything. In a new deck that I came across, I can't even remember, was it on Instagram or... No, it was the Gem Goddess on YouTube I was watching, and she had this lovely deck, and it took forever to describe the type of card it was and then do a Google search on it. But here's the lovely case, and this is an independently made oracle deck, Claves Astrologicae, and I'm obsessed with gold gilded edgings to decks. Like, this is the first kind. I gotta, like, look at that marbled look. I don't know how well you can see that. It is absolutely gorgeous. And then the sides are gold. Absolutely beautiful. And I don't have very big hands, but this fits so easily. And it's the size of playing cards, like a shorter version of playing cards. So these are just stunning. And they're broken up into how's it worded? Into the zodiac, the planets, lunar events like the waxing crescent, first quarter, and the houses like houses of intellect, value, self, origins, creativity, and I will see if I can. They're beautifully illustrated. She has a couple of more decks. I want to get my grubby paws on. I'll leave her link. Tina's website is labyrinthos.com, I think. She's out in New York. These are just so beautifully done. If you could see what my wish list for cards or tarot cards are, you would laugh at me. This is an obsession for collecting. But when you think about how quickly they can be discontinued, and to think that you have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get your hands on these. And card weight to the last couple have been really great. They're thick. They don't wear out so easily. As you're about to see, I'm really fascinated with oracle decks. So I've got crystal reading cards. Oops, if I don't break my keyboard. I'm really clumsy and a klutz, so no surprise there. So I love these guys. I was starting to see a lot of readers online too incorporating crystal cards about crystals in their readings, and I thought I'd experiment too with that sort of thing. So I with any of the last couple of decks you saw me grab, I usually do a three card spread when I'm trying to work out things that aren't going so perfectly well. Yes, I stole my husband's coffee mug, Darth Vader. I have no regrets. So just to show you what these cards look like. And this is another deck. It's a really good weight to it. And yeah, I guess I'll just pull out. This is probably one of my more recent acquisitions, a Mystic Dreamer Tarot. Oh, this light. It needs to stop. This deck, I have to admit, was rather disappointing at the quality of the paper. It's like super thin. But the illustrations are what kind of drew me in, and I'll show you. They're absolutely beautiful. And would you believe, I think it was on YouTube. As an author, we all know why people put their signature on their artwork and copyright message and everything. I was noticing that people were sharing how to cut off the bottoms with copyright information and everything, and it's like, it's there for a reason. It's a little mind-boggling because you're destroying cards. I mean, if you don't like all that extra fluff at the bottom, then I mean, you can always go and create a deck of your own, right? Um, and I got this deck thinking it was one I wanted to replace, and it turns out it was the wrong one. It was the Heart of the Fairy Oracle I was looking for, and same illustrator, but and based on Brian Froud's characters. But it was the completely wrong deck, and the other one was sold out, and who knows if it'll ever make a comeback. But this was another one. I did not care for the quality of the paper, or the cardstock, pardon me. Here's what the back looks like. And the illustrations are just beautiful. So maybe I'll find that deck again. Oops. It's kind of sad. Of all of my my purchases, that one and the Mystic Dreamer Tarot were my two biggest disappointments as far as decks go. But I mean, still use them. But I guess I'm just trying to get the bigger boxes out of the way first. Now this one was a treat. As primarily a historical romance author and a fan of Jane Austen works and films and everything Jane Austen, let's put it to you that way. When I saw this, I just about jumped on it, and I got this through Chapters Indigo, and not crazy about the card stock, and it's not because it's thin, but it's got like this, it's got like a playing card texture to it. So the Ace of Diamonds here is the World, and this is what the backs look like. And every one of these decks that I just pulled out come out with like a little notebook with suggested spreads and the meanings of the cards. I think this one's Lizzie Bennett. And this one's Mr. Darcy. And the Wheel of Fortune is the Ten of Hearts. I'll admit I've been playing around with the idea of creating my own deck, but I'm no illustrator, so I'd have to commission that out. Haven't really put a whole lot of effort into thinking how I've going to tackle that, but when I figure that out, I will let you guys know. I have a lot of decks. I'm almost done, I promise. After this one, I have 4 more. And to think I'm getting more. Now, this, I gotta tell you, the illustrations are just gorgeous. The artwork is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and the deck is by Lucy Cavendish. And you're going to see what I mean about the artwork. It is absolutely stunning. And like I said, I am obsessed with Oracle decks, so I love them. They really speak to me. This cardstock is great too. It's thick. It's got a glossy look. Look at that. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? And it's inspired by fairy tales from around the world. I'm pretty sure Lucy Cavendish has a few other decks. There we go. So anyways, these are absolutely stunning. You could like glue these onto a board and post them up on your wall. That's how beautiful they are. Actually, I'm pretty sure my oldest said that. I was like, no. See? I got another deck here, which is also my favorite. And I was thinking of doing a candle collection inspired by this particular deck. So this is the Dark Goddess Oracle cards. The illustrations in these are gorgeous too, and they're silver gilded. And there goes a card. Excuse me a second. And let's pop out a few cards so you can see. And this is what the backs look like. And this is what the front looks like. Oh, look. We got a radia for the first card there in front for you guys. Bless the witchy season. Maman Brigitte is absolutely gorgeous. And this is the card of redemption. The only nitpicky thing for me with this deck is the cards are so large. These are like 5 by 7. No. Where's my ruler? They're like a 5.5 by 3 3/4 width. But they are just absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness. And if you haven't already, if you're liking the content that's been going up on the channel, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every little bit of attention helps. In November, I will be bringing regular content related to writing, dictation, how-tos. I have a number of things I'm really good at and passionate about, and I will have a separate playlist for different categories and subjects. So yeah, so definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to be notified when my next videos go up, then hit the notification bell at the bottom. We're almost done. One of my more recent cards that I've just picked up is by Colette Baron Reed. It's a 68 card deck, comes with a guidebook, and it's called the Spirit Animal Oracle. Found this one watching other card readers online, and the cards are absolutely stunning. They're just really hard to shuffle because there's so many of them. I find I have to do them in piles, break it up, because look how thick that is. Again, small hand. So this is what the backs look like. And the first card I pick up, of course, is the Coyote Spirit. Trust in divine creators. Yes, we do. The universe always has your back. Just remember that. It never gives us any experiences we can't overcome. Koi Fish Spirit. What else do we got here? And the Hawk Spirit. These are so beautifully done too. And the paperweight, the cardstock is really great too. Do you collect tarots? Do any of you read tarot? Let me know which decks you like to use. It's always great to connect with others who do the same thing too. So this is another new acquisition. It's called the Cat Tarot. And if anybody has seen pictures of my fluffy bastard, I shouldn't call him that. I really love him. My little Salem, because he's a troublemaker. You know I love cats. This is another one where the cardstock was a little bit disappointing. It's not so heavy. It's a little flimsy. And this is what the backs look like. And this was a very unique deck too, because the swords, which, you know, claws and everything, that's how they related to in this deck. So swords are claws because they create damage. They are the sweetest illustrations. Oh my god. And when I saw the first time I saw the Emperor in this deck, the first thing that it reminded me of was author Carrie Adrian's Pericles. He is such an adorable, adorable cat. Carrie, if you watch this video, doesn't this look like Perry? Seriously. Or Cece. I'm thinking Perry. It's totally got Perry's vibes. Oh my goodness. Treats anybody? And on to the last deck, and this video is already long-winded, and if you're still with me, thank you. Then I have the Millennium Toth. I got this at the local bookstore, Chapters Indigo. And the case looks like this. Comes with its own little guidebook too. This is what the cards backs look like. And again, this is very thin cardstock, so it's not like the greatest. So in the efforts of preserving, I probably will only use these for special occasions. The artwork is just so beautiful. Okay, I don't know why my camera keeps doing that. Stop it! I gotta tell you, this death card is pretty wild. And there you go. That is my tarot collection. Did you have a favorite in any of these? Like, I think the ones I seem to be using the most right now, and I was interchanging between these guys or the Dark Goddess deck. I'm still considering doing that candle collection based on this deck, so but I've been mostly using these two as of late in the last couple of weeks, just helping me work through moments, because we all have moments, and since COVID happened, those moments may be a little bit more in frequency. But anyways, thank you for sticking around. I am planning something super exciting for later this week. I'm going to be trying some different looks because I'm trying to decide what to be for Halloween. And I usually go all out makeup wise. So I decided to pick up some blood gel and some bangs. But I am doing something fun. So vampire lovers, I hope you tune in because I'm going to be having some fun. You may hate me by the end of it, or you may love it. I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. But thank you for being with me today. And if you like this episode, definitely hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave me a comment below. I'd really love to hear from you. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.